Hi, so one day you'll want to build something very beautiful and unique for yourself, and you'll consult a few people. Most people will tell you can't build it the way you want it. Very few, a very insignificant percentage of those people will give you legitimate reasons. Others will just tell you can't build it like that because we don't do it like that. It is very important that you don't listen to them. Go ahead and build whatever you want, however you want it, because that's ultimately what freedom is to me. Now, let me take you through a journey from this chasing skies to this, while I stay in my lane. This to this. Come with me. Keeps pulling. I know I wanted a home that sat on a raised ground because of the views and everything, and I knew that would come with cost implications. I just did not know how dire those would be. So I met my fundi, Bwana Amos Wafula Mutiche, who drew me a plan, and we set this going. This was May 2025, 10th. Set the grounds down. I didn't have much money. I was hoping to raise like a meter or 2M before I could start. My fundi told me, let's start with what you have. It was 400,000. We started the grounds work, did the grading, laid the base for the columns, and started prepping for the backfill. 800k was gone, and that's when I knew I was not in for a joke. This was it. We're trying to set the grounds for the backfilling, foundation. Kama kawaida nikasema lazima mchungaji akuje abariki. Akakuja kweli rafiki yangu kabisa. Kama wanaume chap tukakunywa kachai ketu, akaona mafuta imekali hapo. Then he blessed the place. My guys were so happy and we got going. This was an ordinary day at the site. Na tulikuwa na upako mpwito. And we started laying the ground for the first slab. Na kuambia hapa kisungote iliisha, nikaanza kuongea Kiluya. Unaona hizo chuma, kukoroga ikaanza. Ulikuwa unamaliza kila kitu, unakopa, kila kitu inaisha. At the end of this, I think I was in debt and broke. All I used to do was just to come and chill over the weekend, because now this is all I had, my concrete. After about 2 months, I re-embarked on the project. Here I started with a bit of securing. I started doing the front perimeter wall to just secure the place as I was planning on what to do. I was conflicted between walling up the building, kwenda juu, ama completing the basement completely. So we're working on the numbers, and the numbers at some point did not make sense because my second slab was going to cost me an equivalence of my whole year's rent at my previous apartment. Nikaambia fundi hapana, let's embark on the basement, complete it completely kabisa tuone kama ni mali unaweza kuwa habitable. I move in and then we'll move up later. So the works continued. 2 walls of the fences were done. At this point, we started now working on the front section of the basement. You can see now the wall is completely covered. Watu walikuwa wanakuja hapa kuuliza maduka. They thought I was doing some commercial space. Even the fundi was wondering nini unajenga. Then at this point I said, okay, tukifigure out what is happening, let's go up and do the second walling, going up. And at this point we embarked now completely on the basement. Started the plastering works. Of course we began by the flooring, kidogo tukamalizana nayo. Then the plastering work came. Now remember, this is a project that initially I had planned to just do it offsite completely for like 2 years or 3 years and then move in on it once it's complete kabisa. But at some point, of course, the plans changed. So at this point, the basement was taking shape, the plastering works was underway, and then tukamaliza plastering. The windows were there big, they were beautiful to look at until I had to do the windows. I used to just come here, this is me without money, just coming here, watching the sunset, going back home. Then finally we decided kumekauka, let's continue. Started thinking about now the fittings, the windows and all that. Nikaenda kupimisha dirisha. My guy was like, your windows are the sizes of a gate bana. I was like, tuunde tu hivyo bana, were big up wherever you are. Pale Manyanja Road, that's my fabricator. A very, very good job. So then I came back, nikasema let me extend the wallings a bit. So the rear perimeter started going up and then back inside, because it was now balancing the exterior and the interior. I got back to now the skimming. Kanza to take shape. The plumbing works were also underway. Hapa sasa ilikuanga tu, we need this, we want that. Send this much, we want that much. Manze, hapa karibu nipigwe na hiyo inaitwanga depression. Anyway, we strived on, the grit was there, so nikamua tusonge nayo. We decided to give the front face some plastering works, at least ikae decent. Then we got back into the electricals. Initially, I'd wanted to do the industrial kind of cabling where the cables just run on the surface, but then it was not coming off as neatly as I wanted. Nikasema, let's go back traditionally. We dug them back up into the wall, and then the skimming work was almost complete. Then came the giant headache, the flooring. I got some crazy quotation for tiles, another crazy quotation for the wooden floors. I said, you know what? I am a designer and my work is to think of solutions. So I went traditionally. I got the 6x1s, typical wooden frames, got them treated, laid them on the floor, zikakuwa ready. Then we did some sanding over and over and filling, sanding over and over, about 2 or 3 procedures of that. I embarked on the tiling, nikamaliza tiling za kitchen na pale bathroom. Then I came back to the floor, did the first coat of mahogany, then did some more sanding, and then back again. Then came my favorite part. The house was taking shape, interior designing. I did my cabinetry, went a bit controversial on my partitions on the walls. Then I did my entertainment section. I started doing it, and at this point now I was chasing deadlines seriously. So I came back outside, tried to ensure things are in order, fixed the gate, and voila, I moved in. Nikajiambia sasa whatever else I will finish pole pole as I'm in. So I started working on the interior pole pole, a bit of the exterior nini nini. A very big shout out to my fundi, Bwana Amos Wafula Mutere, a gentleman from Bungoma. Huyu jamaa, if it was not for him, manze, this project would not have gotten here. Get yourself a fucking good fundi anytime you embark on such a project. I will not even reiterate that enough. Another guy to big up on is Bwana Were, pale Manyanja Road. Jamaa fabricator wangu mbaya sana, my windows, my gates, my doors. Alafu mbindio musioka, the paint guy, the guy who did my paint work, my skimming, even the sanding of the floor and all that. Now, what are my quick takeaways on this project? Number one, depending on how you're financing your project, the people who have instant, you have instant finances, well and good. You can go big when you're getting your material. But for me, I will advise anyone any day, because mimi pesa yangu ilikuwa kidogo kidogo, unangojea pale pale. Get a good local supply guy. My guy Njoroge wa hardware pale Kamangu PO Box, a very good guy, because now when you have someone locally, it could be expensive in the long run, but at least you know you have someone who ukiwa juu ya mawe atakutumia 20 bags, when you get back unamrudia, and that's absolutely dependent on your financial muscle. So this is how a basement became a place that I live. Now that question that I know most of you are going to itch to ask, as it is right now, as it stands today, 1 year down the line, this project has cost me slightly shy of 6 mics, and it sits on 100 by 100 piece of land, which the seller was a bit generous, so it's bigger than that. Up here is where the actual house is meant to sit, and this is the phase 2 of the project. So what I've shown you in my eyes and in my vision is a third of what I want out of this home. I need maybe 2 more portions of that to end up with the home I want. After that, nika embark on my favorite other area of this construction, the gym. I put up my gym just on the right side of the house. I started doing a bit of landscaping. My topography was crazy, so I needed to find ways to just maneuver through some sections of the home. Alafu, that was it. A bit of flowering here and there for the fences, and voila, this became a home. So I am hoping to begin the next phase once I have breathed a bit. And again, a very big up to my friends. A lot of my friends kept coming in, grants, loans, just helping me out. So it has really been a journey that has involved a lot of people, and I appreciate. Until phase 2, stay inspired and take up that journey that you want. Pick on that project that you want. The contacts of all my guys are provided.
I never get the chance